Begin in child's pose, knees wide and toes are touching here. Lengthen your arms, reach your arms to the top of your mat, and begin to find your breath here now. Taking a deep breath in, filling up your lungs, and on the exhale, emptying your lungs completely. Very nice. Taking a moment to set an intention here. Just one word is fine. It could be gratitude. It could be that you are grateful. It could be abundance. It could be prosperity, for example. Whatever comes to mind for you is perfect. Go ahead and get that intention set. Very good. Very good. Coming onto all fours, knees under hips and wrists under shoulders. You want to essentially stack your bones here. On the inhale, your belly drops, gaze goes forward into cow. And on the exhale, arching your spine towards the ceiling, gaze goes down. Finding a few rounds of breath here like that. On the inhale, belly drops for cow. And on the exhale, spine arches to the ceiling for cat. Very nice. Inhale, belly drops. Exhale, spine arches to the ceiling. Inhale, belly drops. Exhale, spine arches to the ceiling. Stick with your breath. Keep moving here. Very good. Option to find some organic movement here now. Find what feels good for you and stick with your breath. Find some organic movement here now for a few rounds of breath. Very nice. Very nice. Keep moving here. Find what feels good for you, of course. Very nice. Coming back into all fours, neutral spine, finding some shoulder rolls here. So just rolling out your shoulders, and you want that the shoulder girdle to just move essentially, and your shoulder blades as well. If it feels sticky, just be gentle with yourself. Find some shoulder rolls here, and then after a few rounds, place the top of your hand onto the mat for a nice wrist stretch here. Very good. Be gentle with yourself. And now gently exhale and lower all the way to your belly, coming into cobra pose. So your elbow is directly underneath your shoulder here. Your chest is lifted. Kind of try to kiss your shoulder blades together. Really press your hip bones into the mat so you're lifting up and out of your lower spine instead of dumping into it. Pressing the top of your feet into your mat. So regardless of the fact that this is a resting posture, there is still action being made here as well. Take your gaze forward and up, finding your breath here now. Very nice. Letting your spine lengthen. Very nice. Pressing up and back into a child pose. This time, keep your knees together if that feels good for you. Maybe returning to your intention here. One more deep round of breath. Very nice. Inhale, shifting forward into all fours, tucking your toes and lifting your knees up off the mat. Let your knees hover a few inches off your mat here, engaging the core, firing it up, and then shifting back into your first downward dog of the practice here now. Walk your dog out, bend one knee, bend the other knee, walk your dog out here. Very nice. Pressing weight into all 10 fingers of your hands and let your shoulders relax down and away from your ears. Keep a nice bend in your knees if that feels better for you as opposed to straightening your legs right away. You want to keep forgiveness for your hamstrings, especially as you just start out your practice. Very nice work, everyone. Good. On the next breath in, walk your feet up to meet your hands, inhaling to flat back. Exhaling, ragdoll pose. You can grab opposite elbows here. Let your upper body rock. You could let it rock forward and back, side to side. Very nice. Find what feels good for you. Shake your head, yes. Shake it, no. Ideally, you want to completely release your neck here. Very good. Keeping a deep bend in your knees. Very nice. Finding gentle movement in your arms and neck, finding what feels good for you. And then on the next inhale, gently roll up vertebrae by vertebrae all the way up to standing, reaching your arms up overhead as you finalize your inhale, and then exhale, hands to heart center. Very nice. Mountain pose, hands to each side of your hips. Really grounding through all four corners of your feet here. Sticking with your breath on the inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back to high plank. Option to take a chaturanga here if that is in your practice. Deep breath in. Finding your flow and then exhaling to downward dog. Very nice. Inhale, right knee to nose. Step that right foot up in between your hands and drop your left knee to the mat for a low lunge. On the inhale, arms reach up overhead. Option to utilize blocks here if you have blocks to utilize. Place your hands down to your mat and step that back foot up to meet your front on the inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Very good. Inhale all the way up to stand. Arms reach up overhead as you complete your inhalation. And on the exhalation, hands to heart center, Samastiti. Mountain pose. Very nice. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Cycling through our sun salutations. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step the left foot back. Lowering the left knee to the mat. Inhale, again, finding your low lunge here. Very nice. Lifting up and out of your lower spine. Exhale, hands to mat. Shifting back to high plank on the exhale. Option to take a chaturanga flow here. On the exhale, shifting to downward facing dog. Inhale, left knee to nose. Step your left foot up in between your hands and drop the back knee to the mat to find your low lunge on the other side now. Inhale, arms reach up overhead, deepening into this lunge. Very nice work, everyone. Exhale, step that back foot up to meet the front foot on the inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming all the way up to stand as the arms reach up overhead. Nice long stretch in your spine, ladies. Very nice work on the exhale, hands to heart center. And once again, finding your mountain posture for just a beat. On the inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step the right foot to the back of your mat, coming into the low lunge once again. Arms reach up overhead on the inhale. Exhale, hands back down to the mat and step back to your high plank. Inhaling here as you hold in high plank. Exhale, shift to downward dog. Very nice work, ladies. And option 2, take a lion's breath here. So on the inhale, you deeply inhale to your belly, into your belly. And on the exhale, release everything and even stick out your tongue, making an audible noise as you do so. Releasing everything here now. Take a few rounds of breath, exercising lion's breath here, please. Very nice work. And then inhale, walk your feet up to the front of your mat, finding your flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms reach up overhead, coming up to standing posture. Exhaling, hands to heart center. And lastly, finding mountain pose for just a beat. Once again, inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, hold high plank. Exhale, shift to downward dog. Very nice. Inhale that right knee to nose. Step your right foot up to the middle of your front hand. Step that right foot up to meet your hands at the front of your mat. And once again, drop that back knee to the mat to find your low lunge here. Arms reach up overhead on the inhale. Exhale, hands to mat. Stepping both feet up to the front of the mat on the inhale. Forward fold on the exhale. Inhale, arms reach up overhead, head coming into standing posture here now. Exhale, hands to heart center. Mountain pose. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step the left foot back now, coming into your modified lunge. Very nice, lifting up out of that lower spine. Exhale, step back, high plank. Inhale, hold high plank. Exhale, downward dog. Very nice. Inhale, left knee to nose. Step your left foot up in between your hands at the top of your mat, and then exhale that back knee to your mat. Inhale, finding your modified lunge. Exhale. Step that back foot up to meet your front foot. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up to stand. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Mountain pose. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Very nice. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, the right foot back, dropping that right knee to the mat and inhaling into your modified lunge posture here. Really reaching those arms up towards ceiling. Very nice on the inhale. And then exhale, hands to mat. Step back to high plank. Inhale, hold high plank. And exhaling to downward dog. Very nice. Finding a few rounds of lion's breath here again. On the inhale, deeply inhale deep into your belly. And on the exhale, releasing everything, letting your tongue stick out, and even making an audible noise. Lowering down into child's pose. Take your knees wide and stretch your arms up to the top of your mat. Very nice. Option to cradle yourself here if you would like to tuck your elbows in between your knees and kind of give yourself a hug, staying in child's posture. That is very nurturing. Very nice. Sticking with your breath here. Very nice. Perhaps return to your intention here. Very good. Gently coming out of this posture now. Shift up into all fours. And gently make your way to standing at the top of your mat. Very good. Preparing to stretch your quad now. Begin to ground down into all four corners of your left foot and kick your right foot back. See if you can grab it with, if not both hands, just one hand will suffice. Take your gaze forward and engage your core here, really grounding through that left foot and lifting up through your chest. Sticking with your breath here. Very good. Keep up the good work, ladies. Very good. Gently releasing, shake it out, and preparing to come into the other side. Now, grounding through that right foot, grounding through all four corners of that right foot, kicking your left heel back and seeing if you can grab your toes in the ball mound of your foot with either both hands or just one hand is enough too. Very nice. Sticking with your breath here. Keep that core engaged. You're doing great. Very nice. Gently release and shake it out. Very nice work. Coming into yogic squat. So take your toes so they're a little bit off the edges of your mat here, and then shift your hips down. Very good. If you have a block, you're welcome to sit on it for added support. Take your elbows to the inside of your knee and hands to heart center here. This is such a nice hip stretch, keeping your spine nice and long, gaze is forward and up. Very good. Returning to your intention now. Very good work, ladies. Hands release down to your mat, shifting your hips up into a forward fold. Very nice on the inhale, flat back. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, hold high plank. And lowering your knees and chest all the way down to the mat now. Once again, coming into a cobra posture. See if it feels any different than the one you took at the beginning of your practice today. Note the differences. Just a simple observation. Very nice. Pressing weight into your forearms and lifting up and out of your lower spine. Very nice work. Very good. Letting your hips press into the mat, letting the tops of your feet press into the mat, lengthening and opening up in your chest. Very good. Very nice. Preparing for lizard pose now. As you shift onto all fours, once again, take your left foot up like you're coming into a low lunge, but heel toe your left foot to the outer edge of your mat. And this is where you find lizard's pose. Option 2, stay lifted on your palms, like tenting your fingertips in that way, or coming flat onto your palms makes the stretch even deeper. Either way, you're pressing weight into the top of your back foot to kind of evenly distribute your weight so it doesn't fall into your left knee, for example. Very good work, ladies. Now, gently shifting out of lizard's pose on that side and coming into it on the other side now. Be gentle with yourself. If you need to use blocks, place the blocks underneath the palms of your hand, and that actually modifies the posture a little bit. Regardless, stick with your breath here. Very good. Very nice. Stay with your breath. Let your hip open. Good. Gently shift out of this posture now and shift back into a child's pose. Good. Finding breath. Very nice. Shifting onto your knees. Tucking your toes so your feet are stretching. Coming into a arm stretch where you can either take the palms of your hands in a prayer behind your back. That is option 1. Option 2 would be to clasp your hands behind your back with the left arm going under and the right arm going over, finding a clasp that meets in the center of your upper back and letting your chest open up here, keeping your gaze forward and slightly up. All the time, your feet are getting an incredible stretch. If this is not available to you, just find a comfortable seated posture and try to take the arm stretch here. Switching sides, left arm goes up and over and the right arm goes down and under, finding that clasp. Such a nice heart opener here as well. Very good. Stick with your breath. Very good. Very nice. Deep inhalation. Deep exhalation. Stay with your breath here. Very good. Release. Very nice. Coming into a seated forward fold, making sure your hip bones are kissing your mat, getting yourself comfortable on the inhale, arms reach up overhead, and then exhale, fold forward. Very nice. Try to keep length in your spine. Try to keep that gaze slightly forward and up. Very good. Be gentle with yourself. Bottom line, be gentle with yourself. Gently release this pose. You're welcome to shift your knees side to side to shake it out a little bit. Now coming into a spinal twist. So taking your left knee up and over your right leg, wrapping your right arm around your left knee, and then gently twisting. See if you can take your gaze all the way to the back of your mat, tenting your left fingertips now. Yeah, staying lifted in that spine, and your chest is open. Very good. Very good. Gently release, unwind to the other side momentarily. Very good. And then taking this spinal twist on the other side now. If your gaze can go all the way to the back of your mat, that is perfect. If it can only go to the side of your mat, for example, that's also perfect. Find what feels good for you. Listen to your body. Bottom line, listen to your body and find what feels good for you, ladies. Very nice. Sticking with your breath all the while. And then unwinding, taking a quick twist to the other side, gently releasing this pose, and again, taking your knees side to side here if that feels good for you. Butterfly pose, so feet together, knees wide. If you have blocks, feel free to place them underneath your knees. Grab your toes, keep your spine nice and lengthened. Very good. And option 2, give yourself a foot massage here. This is a perfect opportunity to give yourself a foot massage here now. If that feels good for you, do it. Very nice. Very good. Gently coming out of this pose, once again, letting your knees drop side to side, shake it out a little bit. Very nice. Now coming into tabletop, where you lift your hips up towards ceiling. It should be a straight line from your shoulders to your knees. Engage your glutes, really lifting up your hips to the ceiling. Gaze is up. Do not let your head drop, ladies. You got this. Very nice. Gently release this pose. And coming onto your back, gently rolling one vertebrae down, one vertebrae at a time, down all the way to your back. Very nice. Option 2, take legs up the wall here. If shoulder stand is in your practice, ladies, go for it. Keep your back supported. Let your hands brace your your mid back essentially. As your toes point actively towards the ceiling, your hips are engaged essentially, and you really want your hips over your shoulders here. Very nice work, ladies. Very good. Sticking with your deep inhalations, deep exhalations. This is such a good posture with lots of health benefits. Keep up the good work, ladies. You're doing great. Very nice. Stick with it. Very good. Option 2, take wheelbarrow pose, letting your feet drop behind your head, letting your hands drop to the mat, taking this quick stretch here. Very good. Now letting your hands come to the small of your back and gently lowering out of this posture, coming straight away into fish pose. So letting your chest lift, letting the crown of your head drop to the mat, and releasing here now. So really opening through the heart center, keeping with your inhalations, exhalations. Good. Very good. Very nice. Letting yourself release. Very good. Release fish pose now. And come into any final movement before Shavasana. Feel free to take a child's pose here. You're welcome to rock side to side. Find any final movement that feels good to take. Very good work, ladies. And when you're ready, make your way into Shavasana, your final resting pose. Take your feet a little bit wider than hips and your palms face the ceiling. They face up toward the ceiling. Relaxing every single muscle in your body, including your face, letting your eyes gently close. Relaxing your jaw, relaxing your chest and the area like where your clavicles are. Let your breath return to normal. And let yourself integrate here. Resist the urge to fidget, ladies. Press up into a seated posture, taking hands all the way up overhead on the inhale. One final stretch. Exhale, hands to heart center. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste.